Hi guys, welcome to a new series by Sparring DK on the Sparring DK channel. I'm going to get into what this series is shortly. First of all, I want to say thanks to all of you guys that did vote on your favorite clip. And the winner of it was Scott McMulkin. So he will be the manager of this new FIFA 16 series. So you're wondering, what is this FIFA 16 series? It's called the Journeyman. Here is the intro. Okay, so here is the Journeyman series. Now, it is a Journeyman Youth Edition series. It's a little bit of a twist. I've put this sort of together. There's a few rules in play and that sort of thing, but let's go through it. So what we're going to do here is go through the setup first, then I'll go through a few of the rules, and you'll have a better understanding of what is happening in this series. Now, hoping to kick this off on Sunday with the first episode, the first official episode, so keep your calendar free and get ready for that one. But here is how I'm going to set up this series. First of all, it is a 6-part series. We're going to start with Group 1 in the Irish League. Now, I've spoken to Scott. I've got him on Twitter there. His links will be down below to his Twitter and his YouTube. He's hoping to start up soon, so go and back him, give him some support, give him a bit of love, and make sure you follow him on Twitter and that sort of thing. So I'm going to be talking to him behind the scenes in the background. He's going to help me out with this series, and we'll push through. So you're wondering what the hell is going on. All right, so Group 1 is the Irish League. Now, what we want to do is pick a team, which Scott already has done, and I'll release that one very shortly. And basically what we want to do is get into this Irish League and start building our Youth Academy squad and move on forward. What happens from there is, once we've won the league title with the side, we move on and we look for a job in Group number 2. Group number 2 consists of the Scottish League, the Norwegian League, and the Danish League. So I'll have to go and find a job in one of those leagues. It doesn't matter which team it is, just the first one I can get after we've won the title in Group 1. And then we go and start again in Group number 2. Once we progress through Group number 2 and win one of those titles, it doesn't matter which one it is, we move to Group 3, which will be Sweden, Poland, and Austria. So I need to find a team in one of those leagues, go through again and try and win the league title. There's a few rules involved, but I will cover them shortly. Let's just get through the groups. Group number 4 consists of the Turkish League, the Swiss League, and Netherlands. So starting to get some pretty good sides. And the way I've worked this is I've gone through the UEFA calculations on how good their league is, and you'll sort of see that all of these teams are capable of playing in the Champions League. Next, we move through to Group number 5, which is Belgium, Russia, France, and Portugal. So we'll have to find a side in that group and try and win the league title. Constantly scouting for youth talent, building up these clubs, and trying to turn them into the best possible, almost a dynasty team. So once we've left them, hopefully they can still keep winning that league. Group number 6 is the final group. We've got the Italian, the English, the German, and the Spanish League. Now, what you'll know with these leagues is they actually have League 1, and then it filters down. So we could possibly get a League 2 side job by the time we reach this stage, and we're going to have our work cut out for us. So ideally, we want like a Premier League team, a Serie A team, and that sort of thing. Group 6 is the final one. Now, that will be the final team that we build. We try and win the title, and then we want to try and win the Champions League. So the first team that has been selected by Scott is Galway United. So that's the first team that we're going to be using in this career mode. We're going to start with Galway. We're going to try and rebuild them. We can use all of the real players in the team, but we can't actually sign any more real players. We can only sign free agents and youth academy players. So that is the first task. Get on to Galway United and try and win the league title. Let's go through some of the rules. Okay, so the first rule is you must win the league title to progress to the next group stage. So we have to stick it out with Galway until we win that league title. If we win it in the first season, that's great. Obviously, there won't be a lot of youngsters playing for the team at this stage, but you never know. The Irish League isn't that high in overall, so we may get lucky. But once we do that, then we can go start looking for that second job. The next rule is you can only use the existing squad plus free agents and youth scouted players. So we can use any of the players that are in the current squad, that's fine. So, if we get to a point where we're in the French league, we've got PSG, we can use Ibrahimovic, we can use all these real star players that you guys like to watch. But what we're hoping is that some of the youth academy players that we bring through in that club really step up by the time we get towards the end of the series, and they're all playing for their different clubs, and hopefully we start facing off against them in Champions League group stages and that sort of thing. Rule number 3 is that you can only take a new job from the 1st of July of each year. So this really comes into account, especially with the Irish League, which I think finishes in April. So we have to just sit there, wait for the July changeover, and then we can go start looking for that job, but obviously once we've won the league title. The next rule is if you are fired, you can only take a job in the current league or a league from a lower group stage. So ideally you'd want to stay in the same league but move to a different team, and you're going to have to start all over again. If you go backwards, well, then that's really going to come into play and really prolong this series. Number 5 is, in the first season, I'm going to get a Scout Future Star from the catalogue, and he will be the only player that we are allowed to sign along the way for the new clubs. So if in the second season we go to a different club, we are allowed to sign that Scout Future Star that we've got in the Irish team. Other than that, all the other youth players must remain with the Irish team. Okay, so that's pretty important. We want to keep all of these teams growing by themselves in the background once we've finished with them. So hopefully they turn into those dynasty sides and they really start qualifying and pushing for top berths in the Champions League. So that, once we get to Group 6, we're coming up against Galway, hopefully, in the Champions League at some stage, and we get to play against some of these youth players that we've picked up along the way. Rule number 6 is that no other catalogue items may be purchased. You can't go out and get a shitload of money for your team. You can't go and, get management offers or bonus training or anything like that. The only catalogue item is that Scout Future Star in the first season. And rule number 7 is to complete the series, you must win the Champions League trophy with a Group 6 team. So that's all the rules covered. Hopefully that is enough for you guys to understand. Obviously go back and rewatch it and get familiar with what's happening in this series. But on Sunday, we'll probably kick this off with Galway. What I want to do is I'm not going to play every game. I'll probably play one game a month. So I'll pick probably the best or the hardest game, maybe a cup game, that sort of thing, and I'll play the one game of the month. Otherwise, this series is just going to drag on till 2019 or something. So if you did watch the Road to the World Cup series that I did with Bradford City, kind of in the same sort of feel of that later on, where we went month by month. So you probably get about 2 or 3 games an episode depending on time, and obviously the simulating games and the trades, and I'll show a fair bit of the training and that sort of thing. Just hopefully bringing you something a little bit different here. Hopefully you follow on and find some key players that you really want to, really want to pay attention to. And the objective is hopefully when we reach that Champions League final, we actually get to play against one of the other 5 teams that we've controlled along the way. I know it's a pretty tough ask to try and even put this together, but that's what I'm hoping for. We'll just have to see how it plays out. If you've got any other questions or any other ideas for this, please do let me know in the comments down below. But that's all we've got time for you today. Thanks very much for tuning in. Hopefully you get into this one, and we'll see you next time. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one.